It's all the above, best believe we do it better. I want the fame, the fortune, all the above. I want the checks, the moolah, all the above. From Philadelphia to New York, all the above. Man, tell them other stations they don't do it like us. I want the fame, the fortune, all the above. I want the checks, the moolah, all the above. From Philadelphia to New York, all the above. Man, tell them other stations they don't do it like us. What up?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Angel Marie from All of the Above, and I am here with actor Monti Washington. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. So, first of all, congratulations on season 3 of Tyler Perry's Bruh. Can you tell us a little bit about that for those who may not be familiar with the show?
Okay. So we on season 3, which is a blessing. You know, it shows in this industry, you never know how long, you know, the shelf life of the show. So it's a blessing to be able to get to season 3. But basically, you got four best friends from college in their 30s, living and navigating life in Atlanta, you know, trying to figure out how to get their life together, their friendships, their personal relationships, you know, love, marriage, relationship, all that stuff. It's fun. It's a fun show from the perspective of 4 Black males just living their life, doing their best.
I love that. And if you had to describe season 3 of Bruh, what word would that be and why?
Ooh, turbulent. Turbulent. The first couple of seasons explored more so the friendship all the bros have with each other. This one is more about that inner turmoil each person has, you know, because even in our group of friends in our real life, we have who we are with our friends, but then we got our own stuff we dealing with behind closed doors. So this season is really it's a little less about us, what the brothers are going through as a group, and much more of the struggles each one has to go through individually.
Ooh, that's interesting. And you know, especially on TV, it's rare that we see an all Black male cast where you all are the lead. So how do you feel about that, to have that opportunity to be one of the few shows where it's an all Black male cast, you know, highlighting where everyone isn't on drugs or in jail or something? So a different storyline and scenario.
You know, it's a blessing. It's so dope because I auditioned like 8 times for Tyler Perry Studios, like 8 times, and I got this role on the 8th one. So it was like 7, like boom, boom, boom. And all the other shows I respect is dope. And I was just like, man, am I ever gonna get it, right? And then when I found out I booked this role, I was like, all right, this is what I was supposed to get. I do motivational speaking, I do coaching and mentoring and stuff. So being a positive role model for the Black community, being an artist and not having to play a thug or, you know, just all the limiting roles that so many Black males get boxed into, it was dope just to be able to tell this story from our perspective and just to see 4 Black men bonding. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of bumping heads and stuff, but it's like that brotherhood exists every single day out there in the real world, and it doesn't get showcased enough in the mainstream media.
Exactly. And you have such a powerful, inspirational story right there in itself, where pretty much you got knocked down 7 times, but you came up on top for the 8th try. What was that motivation for you? Because, you know, sometimes people get it in their head, like, do I really want this? Am I that good? Why do they not want me? What was your mindset throughout all of that?
Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Let me try to leave the listeners with a couple of gems. So I'm about to drop some gems, so pick them up, okay? First off, anytime you're an artist or a creative, you got to understand how to navigate doubt. So I in my head, to rationalize doubt and not question myself every second, right? You're working your value in this industry. You got to have what I call a healthy amount of doubt. You know what I mean? It's good to have a little bit of doubt, not too much. So if you have a healthy amount of doubt, that keeps you humble, right? That keeps you humble, that keeps you honest, that keeps you hungry when you have a healthy amount of doubt. Because I've seen cats, they get an opportunity like this and they think they made it, and then they stop putting in the work that got them to that point. So you got to have a healthy amount of doubt to be like, you know what? I don't know if I'm as good as I say I am. Let me go put in the work to prove myself right. You know what I mean? So you got to have a healthy amount of doubt. And anybody out there who struggles with that and hasn't had their opportunities, because don't get it twisted. I told you, 7 auditions, didn't get it. I've been in this game for 10 years. I've been able to make a living off of it for the last 4. So that's 6 years of grinding, of nothing, I'm talking about nothing. So one thing I found is this, it is a gift not to get what you want before you're ready for it. And that gift is time to prepare for it. So if you haven't gotten to where you want to get in life, that big opportunity, that big break hasn't landed on your lap, that's dope. That's a blessing because you're not ready for it. Like I wasn't ready. I had some big acting opportunities before and I just wasn't ready for it. I had to deal with some childhood trauma, some confidence issues, imposter syndrome. Like I had to take care of me first, right? I got this shirt from Peace Collective that says mental health matters. I had to take care of my mental health first so that I can get out of the way of my creativity and my artistry. So it is a gift not to get what you want before you're ready for it. And that gift is more time to prepare for it. So you can complain, you can question, you can doubt, or you can go ahead and put in that work and do what you love out of love and see how things turn out for you.
Oh, I caught that testimony. You put on your motivational speaker hat.
It's just what it is, you know?
Everybody is writing down the notes, taking the notes.
Hey, come on now.
Now, what has your experience been like working on set with the cast and crew for the past 3 seasons?
It's been a blessing. So first off, working with Tyler Perry is unique. He does things at his own pace and his own way, and it works for him. So being on other sets and other shows, you get accustomed to working a certain way. Tyler don't play. He like, let's get it. Let's go. He's about his business, like for real. He's probably the hardest working man in Hollywood. So when you come to set, you got to be ready. He ain't there to play. He's there to take care of business. You've been given this opportunity. Let's show up and let's show out. So that first thing, you like, oh, snap. You get used to it. Like, this man is working at a pace I've never worked at before. And it's hard to catch up to. But then once you get it, it sets you up. So when you go to other sets, it's like, man, this is slow. This is light work. And it's just been a blessing. The culture at the studio, from the custodians to the makeup, to hair, to the lights, the grips, it's such a family environment. It's such a vibe. You go there and you are made to feel comfortable because it's tough. It's not easy working as fast as we do there, but you're set up. Everybody comes from a loving perspective. And I love my cast, man. In this industry, you work, you handle your business, and when you see your castmates, you say, what's up? This cast is special, and that we are family. Like the bros are our bros. Like we got a group chat and everything. Like we link up with each other and everything. So that family environment, that love that you see on screen, that's real life. That's reflected in real life.
I love that. That makes it even more unique when you guys have a genuine relationship, friendship, and brotherhood, because it reflects through the on screen as well. Because sometimes you can tell somebody faking the funk.
I mean, chemistry and connection is hard to fake. You can be skilled enough to do your job, but those are the moments, the scenes, the shows, the movies where you like, yo, that made me feel away. It's because that connection, that chemistry, that shit was real. It was real. Now that's rare. That's not something you can manufacture. That's something you either have or you don't. So with the cast, we just all vibe. This was everybody's big break. So everybody came in so humble, so hungry, willing to work with each other. And we just kind of, from season to season, we know how to work with each other. Like it's funny because you know the different tendencies of each person. Like I know how to play off. Like I know one of the bros, he's always gonna get the joke. He gonna keep chasing the joke. So I'm gonna pull back and like interject. I got another one who's grounded, and so I'm gonna come in a little hard. And it's dope working with people and understanding how they work and being able to organically give each other space to be like the best version of ourselves.
I love that. And you mentioned working with Tyler Perry and what that experience has been like for you. Would you say, or what have been any lessons or takeaways that you have gotten from working with him so far? Anything that you'll have with you forever?
Oh yeah, work ethic. Work ethic and being prepared. So like I said, working with Tyler, you gotta come ready. If you're not ready, he gonna let you know. Like he ain't there to play. So approaching the work with that kind of tenacity is dope. And then also Tyler is very, what can I say? You either love everything about him or you don't mess with him. He's very, you know what I'm saying, polarizing. And the one thing I learned about him is he's still gonna do what he does. He still walks to the beat of his own drum. He's like, I know y'all not gonna let me at the table. I'm gonna make my own table and invite the people I want. That you have to take away. That's so empowering as an artist, especially as an actor, because you just feel like, I gotta wait for an audition. I gotta be wait to told yes. So like, you have to be given permission to live your dream. He's like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and create. And his struggle is documented. It ain't been easy. He didn't become who he is, start the studio, become a billionaire. He didn't do all of that overnight. That is taking years, decades, in fact. And just seeing that and his unwillingness to give up, that's inspiring. That's everything right there.
That's powerful right there. And with your character, Bill Frazier, how would you describe Bill? Would you say there's any similarities or differences between yourself and your character?
Oh, yo, so Bill, yeah, I mean, yes and no. Bill is like the stereotypical dude who wants his cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, want it all. Like most dudes would tell you, I think at the core of it, a lot of us want a good woman. We want a good woman. We want companionship. But then there's the other side of us where we want that, but we also want a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, so my man Bill, he falls into that category right there, where it's like, yeah, you want a good woman, but you also want all of this on the side. And so I think his character's like that. Essentially, he don't know what the hell he wants. My man Bill don't know what he wants. It changes from moment to moment. He's a prisoner of the moment. I love playing him. If there's any similarities, I will say we can both be impulsive. I'm not an overthinker. I don't like overthinking stuff. I don't like over planning. I'm not a patient person. So when I see something, I go for it, I want it. Now, I don't do that when it comes to pursuing women because, you know, I'm happily married, I'm good. But
that's right.
Right. But as far as everything else in my life, if I see it, I want it, I'm gonna go get it, period. And I think we have that similarities. And other than that, it's just a fun character to play different parts of yourself, because we all have parts of our characters, you know what I'm saying? I think in most actors, you can identify with the character you're playing. The only difference in real life between me and Bill are the decisions we make. I just make different decisions, but the impulses are pretty much the same.
Hey, I love that. And we're gonna switch gears real quick because you have such an inspirational story. You already kind of, you know, gave a sneak peek into that early on in this interview. And when it comes to your personal life, from you overcoming poverty, homelessness, having drug addictive parents, and constant relocating and as a foster child. So how did you manage to persevere and not let your past determine your future?
Yo, it would take like 3 hours to give you the full answer. I will say this, we don't look like our story because we're greater than our story. So we have this belief that what we experience determines who we become. And I learned early on that's not true. Because if that's the case, my mother was a drug addict. I slept in parks. I slept in crack houses. I lived in group homes. I was abused in one foster home, hospitalized. I was locked in a room for 23 hours a day by another foster mother, tried to commit suicide on a couple of occasions, fell into depression. And that's just a little bit of the stuff I've gone through, you know what I'm saying? Being in special ed classes up until high school. And yet I was still able to go to college, get 2 college degrees, graduate magna cum laude, write my book. In the midst of writing another book, I'm living my dream. I run my own business. I'm an international motivational speaker. Like, I'm doing all this to say we don't look like our story, and our experiences don't form us, they inform us. Everything we experience is information, and what you do with that information determines. So like, yeah, I was abused. I saw a lot of messed up stuff, but I looked at the information like, oh, I shouldn't treat other people like that. Maybe I shouldn't run in the streets. Maybe I shouldn't sell coke. Maybe I shouldn't do all these things. And luckily I had the foresight to like choose a different path. And with all that being said, one of the biggest things I learned at getting into adulthood, self-love, yo. Self-love is the best love. And I know there's gonna be a lot of dudes out there listening. I know that sounds corny. I know that ain't masculine, all this other nonsense. Shut up. Okay. Self-love is the best love. If we don't start loving ourselves, like, how can we love somebody else if we don't love ourselves? How can we go after our goals, our dreams, our aspirations, create a family if we don't love our damn selves? So that has been a big thing, and that's a big part of my platform now that I'm really harping on my social media. I share a lot of self-love tips and do self-love training because that literally saved my life, understanding the importance and value I have for myself. And I think it's something people really need to adopt in their life.
Exactly. And I already said this before, but I feel the motivational hat on you right now. Like, I'm loving the gems and vibes you're giving out. When you do your motivational speaking events, who would you say is your target audience, and how do you typically engage with them?
So I got a couple of different ones. My audience is very interesting because I do a lot of college, I do a lot of business, I do a lot of training, diversity training. But like right now, my main focus and where the direction I'm going in for the rest of my life is on this self-love tip, right? On this self-love, this holistic tip. And so my audience is anybody who don't know how to love themselves, anybody who finds themselves in unhealthy, toxic relationships, who are afraid to go after their goals and their dreams, who self-sabotage, people who I identify with. Like, not to, shameless promote, but May 22nd, I'm doing a self-love seminar. And I've been working on that for the last 7 years. Like, what has allowed me to be successful? Because I'm living my dream. I love it. I got healthy relationships. I'm doing what I love with acting. I'm on a couple of different shows. I have my own business. And I love my life. I love me. And it's taken a lot to get there. So my whole thing now, my whole vibe is like self-love, self-love. Healing is the new sexy, but the process is ugly. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just facts. Like, watching somebody takes their scars and create a masterpiece out of it, that is sexy. That is attractive. Healing is the new sexy, but the process is ugly. And I'm just using my voice, my story to walk people through the process because I say it all the time, self-love is the best love. It absolutely, it's the foundational love.
1000%. And first of all, you said not to self-promote. This is about you. You better promote all
hey, you know,
about
just...
me. Promote
it's some stuff. If y'all interested, follow me on Instagram or my TikTok, Motivation. Follow me on my Instagram on Motivation or Monti_Washington. And click the link in the bio. I've been putting a lot of time into this because it's the balance. As an actor, there's so much disappointment. Like, you hear so many no's. It's so easy to question your value, your worth, and if you're good enough. That in this business, you constantly live in that mind frame. So the way I offset it is by making sure I pour into myself and I pour into others. It's the self-love. It ain't about your worth or your value. This is the way the industry's set up. If you're an artist or a creative, the world is not set up for it to be easy for us. It's just what it is, right? But when you get on the other side, it's beautiful. Yo, it's beautiful. Loving yourself, being loved by somebody who loves themselves hit different, y'all. It hits different.
And speaking of like how it's hard out there for actors, the rise of reality television, that also has put in a damper on actual seasoned professional actors. So how do you feel about the state of scripted television right now because of so many reality TV shows out? And do you feel like it's a rarity for actors to find professional work nowadays?
I don't think it's rare because, so it's two things. So on one hand, I think, and this is speaking from an actor, if you ask anybody else, it might give you a different answer. But just for me, I think there's a lot less creativity because people are focused more on profitability. So it's a lot of stuff is getting remade that nobody asked to be remade. Like, why are we doing that? There's a lot of creatives out there, a lot of writers and stuff that got some wonderful ideas, but they're not proven. So they're not given opportunity to go out there and create something new. We are just recycling stuff from the 80s and 90s and putting a new world twist on it. And that's it. So it's just like, no, it's not. On one hand, there's a lot of opportunities because before there was only a couple of networks. Now you got all these networks plus all these streaming platforms. So there's an abundance of opportunities for artists. It is still hard to get to it though. It's still hard to get to that, but there are more opportunities for you. But you really got to know your lane. You really got to know your lane. And I don't subscribe. And if you're an artist, if you're creative, do not subscribe to this idea that it's hard and there's not enough. That don't serve you. It don't. There's an abundance of opportunities. You just got to get creative enough to get your way there. And also, you got to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
You got to, You can't just show up, oh, I look good, I got talent. That ain't gonna cut it. You gotta be skilled. Like, I'm a good actor. I go up against some really dope actors. So every audition, I know I'm going up against this cat. Like, I have friends who I'm like, if I don't bring my A game, they will beat me.
Yeah.
And that's dope because it makes you constantly work on your craft. Because I know I can get better. I'm dope at what I do. I'm really good, but I haven't landed on I'm great yet because I'm not consistent enough in my work yet, which is what I'm working towards every day. You know what I mean? So you really gotta be honest with yourself. We like to make excuses and say it's because it's the industry, I'm a woman, it's because I'm black, because I'm tall, because I'm bald. No, it's hard. It's not easy for anybody out there, y'all. It's not.
Your own destiny.
100%. You create your own reality on this stuff.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna rewind a little bit, get back to bruh. How would you describe a typical day on set? What do you do? I know you said everything's fast paced. Tyler Perry don't play. He got everything ready. What do you typically do on set? What is it like the moment you land your feet on that set?
It's no sleep the night before. You gotta understand, like, Tyler works at his own pace and his pace is ungodly, right? So like, as an artist and as an actor, you have so much stuff to get ready for, so much stuff to digest that it goes by in a blur. Like, literally, I'll get like 5 hours of sleep. I'll wake up in the morning, go through my lines, get to set early, hair and makeup, go through my stuff, be in the waiting room the moment it's time to go. You're going, it's the next. Most sets, it's like you sit and wait. Most sets, it's like I get from the time I touch set, like to get to my dressing room, to the time I'm actually in front of the camera, on average 3 to 4 hours. No joke. On average. 2 hours on a good day. So you're waiting, and then you're working for an hour, and then you sit for a few hours, and you're working. So out of your 12 8-hour day, you're actually working a couple hours. That is the opposite. When you start work at TP Studios, you are working. You are locked in. Yo, it's tunnel vision. I leave my phone off. You have to. So it's fast paced. It's different. It's a different animal.
Hey, it gets you ready. You prepared for anything after that. What was your initial reaction when you first got the call that you landed the role of Bill? How did you feel?
You know what? It was surreal because as an actor, let me see, when I first got it, we shot the first season 2019. I've been in LA since like 2011. So I had a couple little, opportunities. I was on Games People Play. I booked a couple little things, but like this was my first series regular. Yeah. And as an actor, series regular, that's like the first big break, pinnacle milestone, right? So I was in like disbelief at first because I've been auditioning for this man. Yo, let me tell you, I've been auditioning for this man for 7 Fridays in a row.
Wow.
Audition, nothing. I'm like, yo, I'm a dope ass actor. What is going on? Like,
was he there or was it like his?
No. It was Kim Coleman casting. Okay. And then once I got the call back, I went in for Tom first. And then they called me back like, we want you to read for Bill. And I did the thing. And then like, okay, we want you for the callbacks with Tyler and all the big people. Like, oh, snaps. And I went in, I did my thing. I got in my Uber on my way home. They're like, hey, we need you to turn around. We want you to read some more. I'm like, let's get it. Read it again. Was like, yo, you did well. Cool. Didn't hear nothing for 2 weeks. Like, oh, we got another reading. So then all the actors flew down from Atlanta. And now we back and I see some new faces and I see some unfamiliar faces. And I'm like, yo, but I'm the first one to go up. And I'm like, okay. I go in, I do the chemistry with the bros. They match us up. The dope thing is this, right? So when you walk in, there's like a board and it has blank faces with all the character names underneath. So every character blank. And I'm like, I literally, no joke, I looked at Bill and I'm no cap. Like, that's me.
Hey,
went in there and Bill had the longest sides. I had 7 pages. So like, it was wild. So I went in there, did my thing, and then at the end of the audition, all the brothers got together, and they were like, "Hey, nothing's confirmed, but y'all just be ready if you get the part." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Okay." And then a couple of days later, agents like, "You got the role." I was like, "Yeah, yo." I was like, "Oh, we made it, mama, we made it."
Yes.
But it was a revelation, and it was confirmation of all the hard work you put in and being patient and working with God's timing. And it was just a vibe. It was everything.
I love that. And piggybacking off of this amazing, amazing moment, what would you say has been your favorite or most memorable part or memorable moment of your career thus far?
Overall?
Yeah, overall. Could be anything in your career so far. What has been the favorite or most memorable?
You know what? It's so a lot, but if I had to say one, I used to suffer with imposter syndrome because of my upbringing. I got beat down a lot by foster parents and stuff. So even though I'm a nice looking dude, I got swag, I got confidence and all that stuff, it wasn't genuine. So I would overcompensate and stuff. And then one day I woke up, I forgot, I was on set. Yeah, I was on set of Games People Play, and I just wasn't getting it. And the director, she was getting on me with love. And she's like, "All right, Monty, just stop playing. You got this, blah, blah, blah." So I went home that night, I was pissed. I was like, "Yo, this is your moment. Like, you already here." Like, and I just had this moment. I'm crying, I'm heated, everything. I showed up for the last 3 weeks of set and I just killed it. I locked in. I was like, "Yo, you ain't got nothing to prove. Go put it in the work." Like, and ever since then, I just show up on set as myself. And that moment of like, "Yo, you got it. Like, you're supposed to be here." That was probably it, along with getting Bruh. But yeah, that was one of those moments where it was like, yeah, like we made it.
Hey, Eye of the Tiger, my guy.
Hey, you got to. You got to.
And before we wrap up, I need you to let all of our viewers and listeners know, how can they tune into Bruh? When do you guys air? How can they get all that?
Oh, okay. So season 3 just popped off. Last Thursday. So you can watch the first 3 episodes on the BET Plus app. First 3 episodes of season 3 BET Plus app, and every Thursday you get a new episode coming out. So we got the 4th episode dropping this Thursday. And this vibe is, it's wild. It's wild. Just roll with us. It's a fun show. It's wild. It's easy watching. It's quick episodes. It's just something to tune in while you eating dinner, kick back, have a good laugh, see people who look like you on camera enjoying life.
Exactly. I know that's right. Make sure you guys tune into Bruh. Watch Monti Washington, see all that good stuff in action. And to see more content like this, make sure you follow us at _alloftheabove1 on Instagram and Twitter. And to learn more and see more content such as these interviews, all you have to do is go to www.alloftheabove-podcast.com. Thank you so much, Monti. We're kind of color coordinator right here. We got the
Hey, I see that. Hey, all of the above. I ain't mad at it.
The Taurus vibes. We already knew what was up.
I love it. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Wednesdays at 7, Angel, Marie, and Kevin playing the illest records, bringing us back together. Philly is all season, storming through any weather, leaving the track bleeding. When we pull it together, we applying my pressure.